Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman, and welcome back for more Let's Play Super Mario Sunshine. Last time, we finished up in Peanut Park, 100%, blue coins and 100 coins. Which means now we have effectively gone through and completed all of the first 4 worlds of the game. We're finally moving on to new territory here. We are finally moving on to some new territory here, and it feels exciting. Yoshi want bananas. Genuinely trying to remember. I think bananas, I have to go the long way around here. So, you may have remembered a little bit ago when Shadow Mario first had Yoshi. And kind of all that jazz was going on. Well, turns out the camera kind of alluded to that pineapple that was stuck in that warp pipe. Yeah, as you may expect, Yoshi is kind of the secret to unlocking the next world of the game here. So let's kind of go ahead and do that there. We're just gonna spin our way over here, and if we head up this way, yum. Thankfully, once you do that once, you only have to do that the one time. This world is just open from then on. Let's head on the warp pipe to the 5th main world of the game, which we actually could have seen from earlier. It is Sirena Beach. I really like this world a lot, but which I can say about most of the worlds in the game, but God, this is such a beautiful world. You know what's not so beautiful, though, is this first mission, because it is kinda nutty in a way. We're immediately starting with a boss fight, the Manta Storm. I know, mild spoiler, we're totally doing a boss first things here, but yeah. This mission actually stumped me a lot as a kid. Maybe not, weirdly enough, I think not to the same degree as Gooper Blooper, but yeah, this mission was pretty difficult for me when I first played it. Please tell me the nightmare's over. You can save me. I don't know why, but you just look very capable to me. Listen, it all started around noon. This giant manta-shaped thing showed up. It was paper-thin, floating silhouette. Came and covered the hotel grounds in this electric goop. And then, oh no, the horror of my beautiful hotel, my building, it sank in the middle of that awful ooze. Why me? Why? Now I've got the staff cleaning up, but where's my hotel? What am I supposed to do? I can't sit back and... Ah, it's back! The customer could do something! This thing is pretty ominous here. This giant manta thing shows up here. Unfortunately, this is not Mantine. This is something a lot more deadly here. This giant thing here has a kind of deceptively big hitbox, but the idea is it'll paint the town with this goop here, and you don't want to be touched by this. This goop is electrifying here. Like that there. But spraying it with water causes it to split into some smaller bits here. This mission... This mission's kind of tough. When I first played this game and I didn't know how to use, like, the shotgun blast attack, which, to be fair, the game doesn't really do much in the way of telling you about. Yeah, you can see how annoying this mission could be for someone back then. And the more these guys are around, the more they like to paint this town in electric crap. It's kind of a nightmare. There's a couple of ways you can kind of go about doing this. First of all, when you're in the water, they can't paint anything there, so that's obviously a big help. They also can't paint anything under these huts here, which could be useful for having coins for health there. I don't believe they can actually attack you underneath these because of reasons. I can't really explain it, but yeah, they can't actually attack you in the hut, so you're safe there. There's one more catch to this boss fight, though, that I haven't really gone into yet. And I'm moving towards the water here because this is probably the safe spot to be besides the huts, because not only can you refill your water here, but these guys can't really attack you as easily. Yes, Flood, I totally get that. They're dividing into smaller units. I don't think it's at that point yet, but this mission was a lot harder without knowing you could do this, like, big blast of water attack here. So, there's a lot of these left, though. This mission is kind of nutty. And now, they're all after you. Beware, when there's nothing but the small guys left, this mission kind of turns into chaos. But if you, since they're all coming after you, though, if you kind of just guide them towards the water here, it's not that bad, I find, because they're all coming after you, and you can just kind of blast them as soon as they kind of walk near you here. So, yeah, this is one of those missions that I found annoying my first few times playing it, but as I got older, yeah, I don't think this one's nearly as bad. There's only a few left here from the looks of things anyways. It's just kind of, again, I was probably using the hover nozzle to deal with most of these as a kid, and that's not really your ideal method of attack here. And I think this is the last guy here. It sure was. For defeating them, all the goop disappears, and we get our nice hotel back. Very, very nice. As a kid, I always wanted to stay at this hotel. It always looked really, really fancy, and just... It's a neat idea for a world here, having a mostly hotel-based world. You think it's just another beach, but it's a really pretty, like, scenic beach area. It has a nice nighttime aesthetic, which not really many worlds in this game tend to do that. Just wonderful stuff all around, man. Wonderful stuff all around. Let's get this shine. I will mention one other thing, and okay, I'll be the first to admit this here, and you probably know where I'm going at with this when I mention it. I'm not a big fan of the Splatoon series, personally. I know a lot of people really like it. That's cool. It just wasn't my thing as far as shooters go, but one thing I always said about that series was, like, given how much it reminded me of Mario Sunshine, I was like, it's strange that they haven't really done any sort of, like, Mario Sunshine references with this series, despite, like, how much the Inkling squids kind of look like the squids in this game, and etc., but turns out Splatoon 3 actually has a boss fight that's pretty much the same as the one we just fought, which I don't own Splatoon 3 myself, but I think that is a pretty awesome reference, and kind of solidifies Big Man as one of my favorite characters in that series, even for a game I haven't played. That's pretty awesome if I do say so myself. Alright, Mission 2, the Hotel Lobby Secret. Say it with me, folks. It's a secret level. And this one's actually kind of annoying. On genuine difficulty, I think this might be, well, not the hardest, but one of the hardest anyway. I remember, I want to say one playthrough I did, I think I actually game overed on this mission, which is kind of saying something. Hey, it's Mario. Yeah, Mario, right? Listen, I have a feeling you can help me out again. See, the hotel, it's full of ghosts. So could you maybe look at it and come inside, please? I can tell you're a miracle worker. Don't be so modest. You're not wrong, this is full of ghosts here. Anyways, this mission's not too hard to get into the secret level, though. We just kind of gotta spray these pink boos here, which of course I have a stupid association with. Thank you, Mario Party 7. You totally remind me of how infamous these guys can be. If I can actually get up here. The camera is a little weird here because it does have 3 separate floors to this area here. Whenever you see coins that aren't moving here, they're boos. And inside this boo's mouth, you can guess it, it's the secret level here. Bye-bye, Flood. We gotta do this one without ya. And this mission, this one's pretty tough. This one's genuinely on the scale of 1 to tough. This one I'd say is pretty tough, all things considered. So, okay, that was kind of on the lucky side. I thought that I was kind of a goner from that there. This part I think is interesting because we have some of these guys here that we got to bounce off of. in order to get across there, which, that's kind of neat game design there that you wouldn't really expect, because, I don't know, I just think it's interesting game design there, being able to bounce across those guys. And then this part, we're kind of just bringing back a lot of old obstacles here, and kind of in new and testing your difficulty kind of ways here. I think there's another one-up in this watermelon here. Like, if we go all the way down here. Yes, okay. This is, I think, the hardest part of this level here, is kind of just this green moving block here, because I mentioned this in the Rico Harbor secret level here. These things are kind of on the tricky side, if I do say so myself. And then once they get across there, this part, kind of on the tricky side again. It's... Wow, I got through this on my first try. That genuinely does not happen very often. I thought this was going to take me a lot more tries than that. That part with the disappearing sand blocks, that genuinely can be a little tricky and disorienting if you're not used to kind of doing spin jumps a lot of the time. And yeah, like I said too, you know, your nerves are probably shot after, you know, the sand block platforming there earlier on. Like, that can be a little tricky. And going across that green block there, the moving, rotating one, that can be pretty difficult in of itself. So, all in all, this is a fairly difficult mission, if I do say so myself. And because it's a secret mission, you know what we're doing. Meet you guys back in the secret area. Back in the secret area, we got here no problem. And if I remember right, we have to go quite a bit in the level before we see the red coin switch. I don't think it's until after the wall jumping section, so yeah. Alright, so let's get ready for this. I don't think I've ever actually gone on this right path, at least not intentionally. I don't know what you would ever really want to go down that way for. Maybe it's slightly easier, I honestly don't know, for the vanilla mission. I honestly don't think I've ever gone down that path before, if I'm being perfectly honest. So, yeah. There is one kind of at the bottom of this here. We can't break those, like, brown bricks here. But if we go all the way down here... Yep, there is a red at the bottom of this here. You can break them by jumping, we just can't, like, ground pound them or anything. And thankfully this is a lot easier with Flood, I find, just because, you know, we can actually, like, yeah, position ourselves a lot better there. This can still be a bit of a tricky mission, though, all things considered, because, yeah, we are still on a time limit, and whatnot, but not too bad otherwise. Not too bad. I don't think it's... If you collect the last coin on a, like, a weird angle or something there, then, yeah, I could see it being kind of annoying, but not too bad otherwise. I don't think this one's that bad. And last but not least, the last mission we're doing for this video is Mysterious Hotel Delfino. This is a very weird mission, but one of my favorites in the game. But I can understand how it's one of those things that, like, is really weird to figure out. So, real talk, I think there's a one-up over in one of these boxes here too, if I remember right. Yes. So if you're ever in need of lives, you can just farm those every time you enter this level here, so not too bad otherwise, but yep, we're heading back in the hotel today. Ah, dear Mario, please come right in. I sense some reluctance. Come now, don't dawdle. This mission is really, really interesting. Say anything about it? Are you leaving us already? Please do reconsider. Stay with us for a little while longer. It's just like the Eagles say, you can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. So, I don't know how I can really describe this mission otherwise, other than for this 4-star resort. I mean, come on. Water damage in the restroom? That's so low class. I'll show where the Shine Sprite is, and then kind of some of the things with this here. You may have noticed Yoshi down in the bottom there. If we head over here, the Shine Sprite for this mission is right there. Hey, you, no one in the pool without my proper swimwear. Well, screw you too there, buddy. It is apparently possible to, like, clip this one out of bounds here. I'm not really sure how you do this, like, in a sequence breaky kind of way. What do you have to say? Sparkle, could it be a Shine Sprite? It sure is, lady, it sure is. Now... this Yoshi pretty much always wants watermelon no matter what. I'll just say that the Yoshi is it might be pretty obvious he is needed for this mission. And you may notice here, I'll tip your fruit needs. What will it be? Pineapple, or did I say watermelon? I'm dumb. It's pineapple. I can't speak today. Had some this morning. Bop, bop, bomb. Also, apparently, I think there's some funny dialogue over here, yeah. Eek, what are you doing in here? Answer is on the other side. So, the watermelon, can I speak today? Pineapple. It's kind of a goose chase to go and get that here. You may notice there is water damage here, coming from a spot in the ceiling here. You can actually wall jump up here, if the camera would allow it to be. And, yeah. Get a really creepy vibe from this weird painting, but you want to know what I find even creepier than that? Imagine how you got in here. This thing looks familiar. Oh my god, it's a ghost! Suddenly, a ghost came out of the closet. Sure did. It sure did. Gotta spray this to make another ghost symbol here. Whenever I see this here, I'm always... This brings me back to the very, very, very early days of my channel. I think I talked about this in my old Let's Play of this here, and I'm talking years before that even. One of the very first things I ever, like, started uploading on YouTube, pretty much before I started doing Let's Plays, was, I once wanted to make, like, a Mario 64, or not Mario 64, Mario Sunshine-style machinima series, which, sorry, just saying those words, one, makes me feel old, and two, reminds me that that site just doesn't exist anymore, which is, like, kind of just a painful reminder of the past. But anyways, I once wanted to make, like, this, like, narrative series about Sunshine, and because I was inspired by watching, like, a bunch of old Mario 64 machinimas from back in that day. In particular, there was one I saw called Wrath of the Ice God, and that one was all, like, Pokemon and Mario themed, but, like, it was all just over text narration and such. And I want to do something like that with this game, Mario Sunshine, because Mario Sunshine wasn't a super popular game back then, and I wanted to have narration for it and stuff. And it was really, 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 really stupid. It was so stupid. I don't even remember what it was called, because only like 4 videos were really uploaded, and it was just so terribly edited and everything. But I remember there was one part where I, like, collected a Shine Sprite, and then I poorly edited cutting into a different bonus area at some point, and I showed it to one of my friends at the time. He's like, what the heck, how did that happen? And it was really bad. But the only reason I remember this is because one of the videos was basically this mission here, and I pretty much got that, like, boo drawer, not drawer, but, like, that boo, like, where you sprayed, like, the 4 symbols on the wall there, and got that pretty much on, like, all 4 of them on my one
spray of that, like my first try of it. So it always just reminded me of that anyway. So yeah, I will just say you can spray this over here. There's a blue coin over there. There's also a blue coin by spraying. There's a blue coin for spraying, like, yeah, that there. I'm gonna wait for that to disappear if it does. Are you gonna, like, actually disappear, or am I gonna actually collect that earlier? Yeah, I guess I'll collect that now. Whatever. One less thing we have to worry about whenever we do that eventually, but this is the area where you get the pineapple. That series has unfortunately, like, I wish I didn't delete those videos back then, but I did, like, this purge of old videos back in, like, 2010, I guess, maybe, around. It was before I did my Let's Play this game, my first Let's Play, because, oh, shoot. Where's that pineapple gone? Oh, I was like, how did that get stuck in the ceiling? No, it's on the second floor. That's good, I think. That gets... What? Where did that go? I'll meet you guys back in a second. Let's rage. Grab another pineapple here. Let's not do that again. Yeah, I wish I still did keep those. I don't know why I get why I deleted a lot of my old stuff, because it was like unfinished walkthroughs and projects that were just never gonna get completed. Like my old, like, I started a walkthrough of Drawn to Life a long time ago, like in the very early days of my channel, and that was never... I only got like maybe 2 or 3 levels into that before I just canned that. That never saw the light of day ever since. Yeah. These ghosts are causing such trouble. They're everywhere. Why can't someone come along and suck them up with a vacuum? Wait, what are you looking at me like that? We're not Luigi, but we can eat these guys, so who cares? It's just fun for me to reminisce kind of the old days. Not saying I want to kind of go back to them too much, but it's just a fun little memory I have, and a story I kind of felt like was worth sharing there. Anyways, if we head down this way here, you'll want to likely have the camera zoomed out to see this, but you can kind of zoom the camera in a little bit closer here and realize that there's a lot of walls. I did not mean to do that there. And yeah, we're on the other side of this area here. Hey, you know the pool with a proper swimwear. I think this pool water is actually slightly too deep for Yoshi, but if we stand in there, we can just collect our shine anyway. With all that personal reminiscing aside, I think that's gonna do it for this video here. We collected a few shine sprites here. 4 shines seems like the average for most of these videos, so next time on Super Mario Sunshine, we're gonna just continue through the hotel, and yeah, we got some pretty frustrating missions coming up. I'm gonna be blunt and state that, so that should be fun, but we'll worry about that next time. Have yourselves a great day. I've been Masterstarman, and I'll see you guys next time. Have yourselves a great day, and peace out.